You're watching the 2023-24 SCAC Men's and Women's Swimming and Diving Media Days. Today, we're taking a look at the McMurry University Warhawks Men's and Women's Swimming and Diving programs. The Warhawks will be led as they head into the season. The guidance of new head coach, Mark Jedow, along with the guidance of leadership from senior Jaxon Batten on the men's side and Lorin Mow on the women's side. Coach, Jaxon, Lorin, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Coach, we'll open things up with you. The announcement was made back in August, the hiring of you taking over as the new head coach of the men's and women's swimming and diving programs there at McMurry. And I'm sure it's hard to believe we're already here in October, season underway. Just sort of take me through what these last couple of months has looked like for you, the transition, and what you've seen from these programs that has you very excited as you head into your first season as the head coach there.
Well, I'm very excited to be here at McMurry. As you said, yes, it's gone by really and fast here. These last 2 months have been important. It's hard to believe we're already in the second week of October. Working with these athletes has been great. They've been very receptive to the changes that myself and my assistant Sam Goldstrup have been making to the program. They're active, they're engaged, they're hardworking. I can't ask for anything more right now. It's been fantastic.
Jaxon, for you heading into your senior season, take me through your mindset to coming into this final year at the collegiate level. What is your excitement as you come into this senior season, and what makes kind of this part of the year, sort of the start, getting everyone back together, back in the pool, so special every single time?
I appreciate that. The beauty of NCAA and college sports is that you have 4 years, and this is my last year, so it's like I don't have another opportunity after this to swim at the collegiate level. And so my mindset coming in is like make the best of this year as possible and just try to get the records that I want to get and try to score in the conference as best I can and just swim my heart out just because it's my last season. And I think that my mindset into that is like I'm willing to suffer more in practice. I'm willing to show up more. I'm willing to compete harder. I'm willing to train harder. I'm willing to recover harder, and just kind of that last chance mindset, I guess, coming into this swim season.
Lorin, as you head into your first year as an upperclassman in your junior season, you've made a splash your first few years there in the pool, but now, kind of getting to know your role, coming into this new chapter of McMurry swimming with Coach Jedow arriving there in Abilene. What have you seen your role change, especially kind of in terms of a leadership position? Have you seen yourself kind of take on some more of those responsibilities heading into your junior season?
Yeah, I definitely think last year that I had some type of like that since I was the second oldest girl on the team. But this year I just want to make sure that Coach Jedow knew that like I would be there for him since I'm the oldest girl and I've been here the longest out of all the girls, and help him any way that he needed help in.
Coach Jedow, you talked about some of the challenges that you've put forth to these two programs and how they've responded. As you've sort of gotten to know these athletes here early on in your tenure, how have you started to put your fingerprints on these programs? What are some of the messages that you've really tried to deliver and instill early on here in these first couple of weeks as they get ready for the start of this season?
Well, I think if I remember our first meeting that we had with the athletes, one of the things that we talked about was my goal is to try to get these guys a little bit better every day, that we focus on little things every day, just so we can have a gradual progression across the start of the whole season. We've increased our strength conditioning program. We've challenged them a little bit harder in the workout sets. It's definitely nice when they're getting out and they're gasping for air. They're working hard. So I think the transition is going well. They're excited. They're energetic. We're having a lot of fun. And so I think things on my end, I think are going great.
Jaxon, I loved what you had to say about kind of your mindset coming into this your senior season and taking every advantage of every opportunity with Coach Jedow coming in, as one of the senior leaders, from a student athlete's perspective, how has that transition gone? How has the team welcomed in Coach, and what has he brought to energize these programs here heading into this season?
Well, this is the first time that I've been here that we've had a head coach and an assistant coach. And I think especially Sam, he's came in with a lot of energy and a lot of passion for swimming and a lot of passion for the weight side of it. Because half the time we're literally dead after dry lanes and we've got to go swim 6,000 yards. So it's been a good change. It's been a tough change, but it's been a good change. And I think, every day we come in, it's like, man, it's going to be tough, but we get through it. And then we know that we're going to be better now than we were like a year from now, I guess, just because the training is tougher, but it's also more dynamic and specific at the same time.
Lauren, for you mentioned, taking on those leadership roles and how you've grown kind of within that aspect of this team. As far as your performance in the pool, what have you been working on? How has your off season looked coming into this your junior year? What are some things specifically that you've worked on that gives you confidence going into this season, just from a pool perspective and competing in the pool?
Well, I was lucky enough over the summer to train with my club team, San Antonio Wave, and I really think that they helped me out a lot there too. And I feel a lot stronger coming into the season. And then now with like the weights and dry land, I feel like much stronger and I feel a lot better than I did last year around this time. So I'm really excited to see like what the end is to come.
Coach, as we wrap things up with you, and you've had conversations with your assistant and Coach Sam, and kind of taken some inventory of what you hope these seasons to look like as they unfold. These seasons are successful if what plays out in the pool for these two programs. What are you really hoping for from these two groups heading into year one that will give you confidence that as a whole taking steps in the right direction?
The hardest part I've always found as coaching is when you get to midseason and the kids are really tired and dragging down, is still trying to find that little fire to keep them going, keep that water boiling, so to speak, that they stay engaged and energized. That holiday winter training is going to be crucial for us to be prepped up as we get ready for the February taper time. And so I'm looking forward to seeing how they respond to the level of training that we've been giving them so far and where our early season meets are, and testing them in those events. And then seeing how this holiday training plays out and getting us prepped up for the championship side of things come January, February.
Finally, wrapping things up with the two student athletes, Lorin and Jaxon, just as you've had conversations with your teammates about some of the goals that you have for this 2023-24 season, what have those conversations looked like? What are some of those team goals you have for your groups this season? What will be key in order to accomplishing them heading into the year?
I think one of the main goals is just to stay a team and be there for each other and push each other in practice and at meets. And I know last year the girls broke a record in 800 free. And so we're wanting to do that again. And then there's some other girls that are really close to breaking records. So we're just trying to push each other and get each other to that.
And I'll say for the guys, we are the last 3 years, we've been really close to the 8 free relay record, like a couple seconds almost each year. And this year, I think it's finally time to break that record. And I know some of the other guys that are doing that 200 free race, so we're excited about that. But also just we're close to a lot of records, not just me, but other guys on teammates. And we're excited about the relays and excited about just to get some personal bests and try to compete with some of these bigger teams as well.
McMurry University men's and women's swimming and diving programs. Again, the Warhawks will head into season their guidance of head coach Mark Jedow, along with the leadership from junior Lorin Mow on the women's side and senior Jaxon Batten on the men's side. Coach Lorin, Jaxon, thanks so much for your time today, and best of luck as you continue to move forward throughout the year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.